What's going on, guys? Jerry Neutron here, back with another video. In this one I actually wanted to talk about two things that have recently come out in the technology world, and that is the new GTX cards from NVIDIA and the iPhones from Apple. So jumping right into the NVIDIA cards, they recently released two cards on the Maxwell architecture, the GTX 970 and the GTX 980. And I don't want to get too much into technical specs just because that stuff is already out there. You can find it on the internet, but basically the 980 is the new flagship card from NVIDIA, and then the GTX 970 kind of falls below that. Kind of in the GTX hierarchy, the 980 performs slightly better than the 780 Ti, and the 970 falls in between the 780 Ti and the 780. So when I heard these cards were being released, I thought it was pretty cool, but NVIDIA's kind of been known for, well, I should say NVIDIA and AMD, they're known for just kind of rebranding, their old stuff. So I was kind of like, these things can't really be that special. But the big thing that I noticed actually when these cards were released, and what caught my attention, and probably many others, is the GTX 970. That card has a ridiculous price to performance ratio, and pretty much if you are building a new system, that is a card that you should be looking at, in my opinion. So basically for like $330 you get a card that performs better than a GTX 780, which is ridiculous because we all know that the GTX 780 is a beast card. So to have something that performs better than that for cheaper than that card is just ridiculous. So pretty much when I was looking at benchmarks, the 970 was outperforming the 780 actually just by a few FPS, nothing really major, but the fact that you can get anything even close to remotely as powerful as that for only $330 is awesome. And I like a lot of the non-reference cards. They actually look really nice too. They've got a lot of them have like a all black fan shroud, and they've got the back plate on them, which lately I've been wanting one with the back plate. Well, actually I take that back. The reference cards have the back plate, but they all should have a back plate on them, honestly. Especially if you have, I know these cards aren't really big like my 290, which is like 12 inches long. I wish that had a back plate on it, but cards like these, or even the non-reference designs, look awesome with the blacked out shrouds, and then the reference designs look awesome because they've got the the back plate on them, and all that stuff is just it's really a badass card, the 970 and the 980. And speaking of the 980, so that's basically NVIDIA's new flagship GPU at this point. And so that one is outperforming the 780 Ti. I want to say it on an average of about 5 FPS. Nothing too crazy, but you pretty much get something that is on par with the 780 Ti, but with some new features. So it's got like more I/O ports because I guess NVIDIA's big thing now is 4K gaming, so they want to make sure you have enough ports for your displays. NVIDIA's got like some new anti-aliasing version, and then they've got their cards with a lower TDP, so we can assume that these cards are going to let off less heat and consume less power. So all in all, you get like a more efficient card with a little bit new features. Now the GTX 980, I'm not sure if that card is necessarily worth it in terms of price over the 970, just because the 970 at like $330, you're right up there with the 780 Ti. Like, I mean, how much do you really need in a gaming system? I mean, if you're someone that's looking at the GTX 980, hopefully you've got some elaborate setup, or you're buying more than one to go in SLI. But if you just want a good solid single card configuration, in my opinion, the GTX 970 is kind of where it's at. I'm not sure how it's going to perform in terms of your higher resolution setups. Really, any of these, I don't know how they're going to perform. I haven't at like 4K. I haven't really seen any 4K benchmarks because we all know like the NVIDIA GPUs, they like to kind of short you on the memory bus, so you only get 256-bit, which can ultimately limit you on higher resolution setups. So I don't know how that's going to perform, but really all I can say is that if you are looking at either GTX 970 or 980, my money is on the 970, and that is what I would buy if I was building a PC at the moment. Now, if you've already got something performing similar, like a 780 Ti, I probably wouldn't upgrade to 900 series at this point. I really don't think that there's any need to, but if you've got 760 or even like a 650 Ti boost, or some old card like that, then maybe you should upgrade. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about those two cards. Pretty cool cards, nice price to performance ratio definitely on one of them, and AMD definitely needs to release something soon to counter that before NVIDIA takes over the market. So enough with that. Let me go ahead and move on to the latest mobile phone releases, the iPhone 6 and the iPhone 6 Plus.